pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the New Orleans Saints and the Baltimore Ravens.
To kick off for Baltimore.
The calendar has turned to December, and we're in the home stretch now as we're underway in Week 13. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. First carry for Nick Chubb. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. This running game so important for them, and they know that. It helped lead them to a victory last week when he was over 100 yards.
Let's face it, it's their identity, and that's what they want to play to. They want to be that team that runs the ball really well each and every week, and right now we're seeing a pretty good pattern of that happening.
They go with Chubb on second down. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. That one, a first down pickup of 8. Well, one unit I know you want to watch is that offensive line. If they keep clearing holes like that, it could be a long night defensively.
No doubt about it, because when they are in sync, as we're seeing so far, when that continuity is there, and you can see that they're playing off of each other while controlling the defensive front linebackers, you're exactly right. It could be a very long night for the defense because someone's going to run for some big yardage.
And that one falls incomplete. Looked like he might have had position there, but he couldn't hold on it at second down. They give the Chubb out of the gun. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
Winston from the gun on 3rd down. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 10 yards, good for his Saints, first down.
Well, remember, they tried to give him the ball and let him run on the last play, but I think the light bulb went off in their play caller's mind, and this time they get it to him the more conventional way, and it's much more successful as well.
He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards.
Brought down at the 48.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
Nice stiff arm.
Underused, but still effective.
He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. You were telling me this yesterday. This is exactly what they want to do on the opening drive, establish the ground game.
Yeah, remember our conversation? We were talking about what one of the GMs in the league has told me repeatedly. It's a big man's game. It's not necessarily size. He's talking about playing some big boy football. Line up, get leverage, knock people back, and establish the run early.
He was looking for Evan Ingram, the tight end. That'll bring up second down.
Looks like they went for the combo play there. A nice ample gain on the ground on the previous play. Going for the big shot on that one unsuccessfully.
A second down throw for Winston. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. Evan Ingram with touchdown number 12 on the year. And the Saints take it right down the field and score on the opening drive. Looking sharp on that first drive. These guys, of course, coming off back-to-back victories, and you see that kind of advancing into this game, don't you?
You certainly do, and when you have a team that doesn't get too full of itself, even though they've won 2 games in a row, you get the end result that we saw there, that nice opening drive, because they're sharp, they're focused, and they're locked into everything that they're doing.
Will Lutz to kick off for New Orleans.
Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. That's fielded on the back line of the end zone. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. He fakes the give here and looks to throw. He'll find Juju Smith-Schuster. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. We'll see what kind of mindset they have here offensively after giving up the touchdown on the opening drive.
And based on our time with them, prior to this game, I feel like they've got a good mindset going in. In fact, the discussion that we had with the coaching staff was, we may give up some points in this game, so our offense has to be ready each and every time to either equal or try and get us ahead and try and keep us ahead. This is their chance to respond to that first touchdown given up.
2nd and 9 at the 37-yard line.
Still 9 remaining on 2nd down. Now Jackson. They set up the screen for Dobbins. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39.
In order for a screen pass to break big, a lot of things have to come together and be well executed. But all it takes is one small thing to go wrong and keep it from being a big game.
And for the Saints here on 3rd down, an extra defensive back on the field. Jackson from the shotgun. And going deep downfield for Boykin. Oh, he almost picked it. Nearly a turnover there on their opening drive. That's a throw he'd like to have back. Now 4th down.
So 1 first down on that drive, and that's it. Forced to take the deep shot on 3rd down and couldn't hit it. Now they have to punt this one away.
He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. And the punt goes out of bounds, so no chance to bring it back, and they will spot it at the 24-yard line. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. They start on the ground with Nick Chubb. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
Now this one over the middle into the hands of his tight end, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That'll go as a pickup of 32 on the catch and run. So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. A run for Nick Chubb. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. From the gun, it's a give to Chubb. 4 yards on the pickup there as it'll leave him with a 3rd and about 4 more for a 1st.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
From the shotgun, it's Winston. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up. So now they're going to send out the field goal unit to, as they say, fire away from long distance. This will be from 56 yards out. think this has the carry. It does not. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is. Was a kicker from that distance, 56, 57 yards. So many things you got to worry about, but I am a little surprised he didn't get it there.
Yeah, with the way kickers are nowadays, we're surprised anything under 65 that it doesn't get at least to the crossbar. But remember this, you have to drive it a little bit lower in order to make that distance, and you also have to be worried about the interior rush that they can get their hands on it. So that's why those stronger kickers nowadays who can pop it up in the air and still travel and carry it, that's what you're looking for.
That's the reason we ball for. Circle round.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. From the gun, it's Jackson. He's going deep for Brown. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Micah Hyde. And he will take this across midfield and down to the 48-yard line.
And Brandon, the passing game for both of these teams is going to be affected as the game goes along. It's not looking like the rain's going to let up anytime soon. So that might mean a few more wobbly passes and wide receiver slips. And this one winds up getting intercepted.
Flushed out right. And nearly picked off. Surprising to see a defender of his caliber let it get away. But it does get away and it's 2nd down.
Marlon Humphrey on the coverage.
Play action now. Winston. He'll air it out deep for Thomas. So they hit pay dirt, but don't count it yet. There's laundry on the field. We'll see what the penalty flag is about. So retract the yardage and retract the touchdown.
And retract the chunk play. Big strike there to get the touchdown. Now they've got to take it back and see if they've got another one still in their arsenal.
Following the penalty, Chubb. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Just a 1-yard loss that time, but that's not what they needed. Now they're dealing with a 3rd and long.
A loss of a yard on the play. And it's 3rd down.
3rd and long for Winston. And he gets it to his running back, Nick Chubb. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. A real letdown defensively. That was 3rd and a bundle, but they allow the conversion. So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. On the carry, it's Chubb. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
They'll run with Chubb, and he'll take this from the 9 down to about the 7.
Chubb again.
Defensively, pretty good start there with their backs against the wall.
That's a win for the stop troops right there, and if I'm them, I get a little bolder now. They won the first battle, keep coming after them, put the pressure on them.
The line of scrimmage, the 7 now on 2nd and goal. Handoff comes to Chubb, and he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. Nick Chubb with his 16th touchdown of the year. And the Saints now add 6 to their lead. A strong, determined run there, Charles, to get in for 6 points.
This is why it's such a team game, isn't it? And I know it sounds really generic and it sounds almost trite, but the blocks were made up front, offensive line, collective victory at the line of scrimmage and downfield. And how about the finish to the run all the way into the end zone?
Will Lutz to kick off for New Orleans.
After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. Fielded just outside the goal line. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30.
Ravens take over 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And they're in an early hole. The first drive, they threw the interception. That led to a touchdown, so decent-sized deficit early on.
It is, but I think you hit the key words, early on. So they have to decide, do we even need to change game plan?
or do we just need to execute better and try and get back in this game?
He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
I know the toss play begins with the guy taking the snap and turning around and tossing it to the runner. But where the real intrigue is, can they seal the edge, whether it's an offensive tackle or a tight end, in the direction they want to run the football? If they do that, that's the result that you get, that type of a gain. If they don't, oftentimes it's not a very successful play.
And both guys were there, but it falls incomplete.
That was an interesting look there, because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
And he will have a Ravens first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. 12 yards to pick up there, good for a Raven first.
1st and 10 at the 46-yard line.
They'll throw on first down with Jackson, and it's incomplete. So he's 3 for 7 throwing the football right now. Not an awful start, but also not the sharpest of starts.
No, I would agree with that. But if you're a confident quarterback and to play that position, you have to be. You just act like there's something wrong with the wind currents or something wrong with the ball.
It is not you. Keep throwing. That timing usually develops.
Jackson now on 2nd and 10. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Micah Hyde. And he'll take it across midfield and down to the 48-yard line.
They'll take over.
2nd straight drive now here, Charles, that have ended with an interception.
And I just wonder, because I don't think it's going to rattle him necessarily, but I also wonder if it's going to unnerve him a little bit. Does it lead to another one, or does he find a way to pull it together?
And they're going to get him. He's taken down for a sack back at the 47-yard line. J.J. Watt in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. They go play action. Winston. And that one goes incomplete. He's maybe lucky it wasn't a fumble as he got hit as he threw it.
I may be an analyst, but I'm also a fan. I love it when people take the big shots downfield, but he was under a lot of duress. And I think that forced the incompletion downfield. Didn't have a real good chance to find his target.
Gets this to a standout receiver, Thomas. Boy, a nice play there as they wind up converting on 3rd and 15.
New Orleans.
Play fake. Winston. Looking long for Thomas. Looking for Thomas. He's got him. Touchdown, New Orleans. Michael Thomas, his 11th touchdown of the year. And the Saints able to stretch that lead out further. Lutz to try to add the PAT. And oh, it's no good. For the 2nd time now in this first half, he's missed an extra point.
Will Lutz to kick off for New Orleans.
So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. Fielded just outside the goal line. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21.
At their own 22-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And this not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road. How do you get the mojo back?
Well, one thing is to remember that as an offensive player, you have a much better idea of what you're trying to accomplish and where you're trying to go than the defender. So in this case, because you know it, you can make your cuts with a little more decisiveness. Maybe a second fake, some double moves, things of that nature to go ahead and try and put some pressure on the defense.
And now here's a deep shot that's complete. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
At the 40-yard line.
Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half. Jackson on first down. forced out to his left. He's going to take off with it. 23 yards on the tuck and run. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half.
Baltimore first down.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And it's incomplete. Boy, he doesn't drop many like that one. 2nd down.
Marquise Brown.
Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They've looked lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. To throw again, Jackson. He's got it. And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone.
That's good.
He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a 1st down.
1st and goal at the 2-yard line.
They'll try to run with Dobbins. And he will take it in for a Ravens touchdown. J.K. Dobbins as the first half is winding down. And the Ravens get a bit closer. The way this one was going, you just got the sense they needed something before half. They've at least got something on the board now. Still trailing, but a good sign.
That takes me back to our preseason tour of NFL camps. You remember we talked with that one coach who said his emphasis this year was scoring in the last 2 minutes of a half, heading into the locker room. This hits it right there. Take that momentum, take that good feeling, and take it to the locker room, regroup, and start over. They got it here.
They did indeed, and a lot of football, full half to be played. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And with time quickly fading here in the 2nd quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and...
So we have reached halftime with the visiting Saints out on top as we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
Will Lutz to kick off for New Orleans.
Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the 2nd half. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Option play, and they'll hand to Dobbins. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
But it's tough time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Now it's Jackson. He'll find Smith-Schuster. That's complete. And he lost the football. The Saints say they have it, and they do.
All these years we've been watching the game, I start to get the sense that whenever it rains out, those guys who have to touch the ball and carry it, they're extremely resentful about that weather.
Yeah, I'm just happy I'm not resentful that we have a roof over our heads. I know that much.
Yeah, maybe we...
And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. A big play there. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the forced fumble defensively leads to 6 points for the Saints. And can you believe it? He misses another one, his 3rd so far.
Will Lutz to kick off for New Orleans.
Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss.
Fair catch made at the 25-yard line. The Ravens take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And the turnover last time, that's sort of been symptomatic of their struggles here in this one.
Big word. I like it, though, because you're exactly right.
Like that, don't you?
All game long, they've struggled moving the ball, turning it over on the last possession. Is that word again, symptomatic?
Yeah.
Oh, and for the third time, Jackson going to be intercepted.
Picked up by the Michigan man, Jabril Peppers. And a great return here gets this one all the way down to the 26-yard line. Well, that's 3 picks he's now thrown in this game.
And I know this, the holiday season, because here we are in December. Right, it is the season of giving. Maybe for his own sake, after the game, he may have to announce that he's donating certain amounts to charity for each interception that he threw.
Here's Nick Chubb as they try to fire up this run game. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6.
He's brought down.
First play of the drive. Let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. They run it again with Chubb. And he's going to be down close to a first down at the Ravens' 13-yard line. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football. Sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10.
On the ground, it's Chubb. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
Down by Malik Harrison. A 3-yard pickup. Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 10-yard line.
They run. Chubb. And he's going to be brought down by the face mask. Here come the flags. This is going to get him a first down. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
So the face mask moves him closer, and now 1st and goal. They toss it left side to Chubb, and he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. Nick Chubb, his 2nd touchdown of the game, 17th on the year. And the Saints take advantage of field position on the turnover to cash in for 6. And he certainly played a pivotal role with those 2 TDs and why they're up on the scoreboard right now.
Well, someone's all about winning, aren't they? Because he's not worried about the number. Sure, it's great to have 2 touchdowns. But the bottom line is what he's doing is contributing to their lead. He wants to continue to do so.
Fair catch made at the 25-yard line. The Ravens take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. Jackson now off the bootleg. And I think that one might have been intercepted, but he will be ruled out of bounds. So this will go only as incomplete.
I'm getting the sense that this offense is getting frustrated. Here we are into the third quarter, and they've had plenty of opportunities to get in sync. Thus far, that hasn't happened. They're looking for answers both on the sidelines and in the huddle looking at each other.
Now he's flushed, and a big loss here as he's taken down.
I think we've seen this before. Someone's down 3 scores. That situation there, it's just going to add to their growing frustrations, don't you think?
Yeah, a bad number 3 right now. 3-score game, third quarter, 3 and out, not what they wanted. And you can tell on the sideline, those faces are getting a little bit longer as this one goes. Taking on the midfield logo. Yeah, he will go out right near the 35-yard line. Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, give him 15. And the Saints will have a short field in front of them. They take over here, 1st and 10. So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. Chubb. And a short gain down to about the 33.
Nick Chubb on.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defense in front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. And again, it's Chubb. Chubb will have the first down and much more. Touchdown, New Orleans. Nick Chubb, 33 yards. And this offense continues to pour it on. He keeps carrying the ball into the end zone, and in this one, he's sort of carrying the team on his back.
He's the reason that they lead right now, no question about it. And you talk about on his back, he's not minding the extra weight at all, is he? Carrying that just as lightly as he does the football. Yeah, what a great performance so far.
Those 3 touchdowns, it's got him in the lead. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. Fielded near the back of the end zone. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25.
5-yard line.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
Bringing him down defensively, Jayon Brown.
Well, they certainly have been able to get him going and establish the run, so I think it's time to abandon that plan and start chucking it all over the park. And you know who's excited about that? The defensive front. They got to just pin their ears back and get after them now.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. And they're not able to hook up there. Incomplete. Call it no gain on the keeper, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down. Well, for that being an option play, there really weren't too many options available for him, were there?
No, there weren't, and at least he was able to get back to the line of scrimmage, so they didn't lose anything, but you're exactly right. Nowhere to go.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. And that will be incomplete. The passing windows are just not there. That's just another example of how great this defense has been all game long.
And that's exactly what a top 10 defense can do. They can really change the game tempo and frustrate you as you try to execute offensively.
On is the punter, Cook, who sends it away. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt, and the Saints will take over with a 1st down and 10.
36-yard line.
Ready.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. They're just looking for more of the same. Great first half so far, good second half. And you know, sometimes I guess maybe, Charles, these coaches, they don't have to tell these guys much when they're rolling like they're rolling right now.
You're exactly right. I've heard stories of some of the best coaches in our time or any time having grabbed their staffs at halftime and said, guys, they're playing really well. Don't go in there and give them a whole lot of stuff. Just pat them on the back, and essentially the speech at halftime is, let's go, guys, and that's it.
Yeah, no one's upset the apple cart so far.
Now an option play, and he'll keep it.
And he'll go down, and that will do it for the third quarter of action. 1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. On first down, they'll run with Chubb. And he's going to get this one down to the 45. Yeah, give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Give him 4 on the carry, and it'll make this a 3rd and about 2.
Back-to-back 4-yard runs. Now, look, if they just do that all the way downfield, ball ends up in the end zone, but that's a little difficult to do.
Yeah, I think now 3rd and 2, that defense ready to stiffen up and stop that run. They'll run for it. Here's Chubb. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. Calling no gain there, and it leads to a 4th down. Here comes the Saints punter now, as he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first punt. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. That's fielded at the 8-yard line. 31 yards on the punt there. And the Ravens will get it. 1st and 10 from deep in their own territory. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Even though they were able to force the punt defensively, still a big hole to climb out of, especially at this late stage of the contest. In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. He's going deep for Brown. And he can't hang on. He had a good shot there for his 3rd pick of the game. Instead, it's 3rd down.
They'll probably spend a little extra time dissecting the game film after this one. I think the part of their plan was to hit them over the top of the deep ball. They've been unsuccessful all night.
And the throw there going to be incomplete.
And that's one of those plays where it's hard to keep 2 eyes on the football when you know the contact's coming, let alone getting 2 hands around it, hugging it to your body, and absorbing the hit. Even for those big tight ends who you would think could absorb that contact.
It'll be a 39-yard punt. Give them a good 10 yards on the return. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. 12 yards there, good for a Saints first down.
A gain of 12. And a Saints first down.
Now Chubb. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. That burst good for 20 and a first down.
At the 8-yard line.
Here we go. Check 31, check 31.
A give. This is Chubb. And that'll move him a little closer as he takes it from the 7 down to the 4-yard line. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Saints football as we get you reset. Line of scrimmage, again the 4-yard line, 2nd and goal. They give the Chubb out of the gun. Give him right around 4 on the carry. We'll see if they want to keep pounding here on 3rd and goal.
Well, they made the play there, and I'll guarantee you their coaches and the other players are screaming at them about their pride. Come on, guys. He's already gotten in 3 times. You can't give up a 4th one. And on that play, they were able to make the stop.
And you knew they were going to. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
New Orleans.
They seemingly just continue to score at will. And as great as it's been for the offense, you got to feel for that defense down there.
I love how you use the word will, because both teams came into the game with the will to win, but one team has obviously imposed its will on the other and broken them. Because what we're seeing right now, wow, that's a defense that's in tatters after what they faced in this ball game.
To kick off for New Orleans.
After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. Taken in at the 3. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return.
10 at their own 31-yard line.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground with Dobbins. And he'll be limited to a short gain up to about the 34-yard line.
Okay, Dobbins, the ball carrier.
Seems pretty obvious defensively a key was stopping the run game. How have they done it so successfully?
To me, it seems that these guys really did a nice job of paying attention during the scouting report meeting. And you know, Brandon, when they do those, they talk about the top plays that these guys like to run. The best runs for the top running back, those are the ones you focus on and want to take away. And they've done that pretty successfully in this game.
And the trend continues here in the 4th like it was in the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. He's had nowhere to run.
And you're probably thinking to yourself, why do they keep feeding him the football? Well, they trust him first and foremost. They do believe that over time he might actually pop one of these runs. Bottom line is he takes care of the ball well for them, so they'll keep handing it to him.
A big offensive explosion help leading them to victory. And the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week. We'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that